With a population of just 14,000 people, Enniskillen is a quiet, rural town in central Fermanagh. It's a town that sought to preserve its close-knit community, despite the troubles that, by the mid-1980s, had been raging across Northern Ireland for almost 2 decades.
Attitudes historically probably were ingrained, but that didn't mean that people couldn't get along with each other. It didn't mean just because they had differences in what they believed and they went to different schools in different areas, it didn't mean that they couldn't get on.
His first murder victim this year.
Along with a divided electorate, like any other town in Northern Ireland, Enniskillen had also witnessed its own share of violence and killings.
Shock and minor injuries.
I think everybody that grew up with the Troubles was familiar with what was actually happening at the time, and don't say we took it for granted, but you became used to it, and it was just unfortunate that, you know, so many tragic events happened in Northern Ireland that it became the norm to hear about people being shot, killed, explosions occurring.
Made its way through
I think it's not much to take 2 minutes to observe a silence to remember those that gave their lives for our freedom today. What it was like that day, it was very cold.
There was a bit of rain falling, and it was a bit of a gloomy day, I think, overcast.
I remember walking up with my sister, and Ronnie Hill was there, and Mr. Armstrong was there, and there were quite a few other people standing around by me. I remember what I was wearing, jumper, trousers, shoes I was wearing. I remember even looking at the watch. 10:43, I've heard something like that I've never heard before, nor never want to hear again. The noise was horrendous from behind. It was just like a cannon going off from behind. I think the split second it happened, I actually knew what it was. There was a lot of confusion, and as you can imagine, with lots of people running around in the rubble trying to pull off huge chunks, people were walking over the top of others that were hidden and concealed.
I can't see it. Right there, because the ambulance will come in from the right.
My next recollection after hearing the initial noise and being thrown forward was actually being pulled from the rubble by several people that were there that day, people from the UDR and members of the public who happened to be gathering for the 2-minute silence. And I just remember being pulled out and put my hand in my mouth and couldn't feel any of my front teeth, and I couldn't feel my left leg at all. It's quite a bizarre feeling when you can't open your eyes and you can hear the noise and taste the concrete and grit. It's just those sorts of memories stay with you. A huge slab of concrete actually landed on top of me, and it was amazing listening to the testimony of some of the people that actually pulled me out to hear that it was probably just a single slab of brick that was actually holding this concrete slab up off me. It took 4 or 5 people to actually move it, so I was just that close from death. It was really, I was standing literally several metres from where the actual explosion happened. In fact, there were people standing further away who were killed by the forces of the explosion and by the masonry that came down.
Along with Jim Dixon and Stephen Ross, who had also suffered serious injuries, Ronnie Hill was airlifted to Altnagelvin Hospital.
I think facially and outwardly I looked all right, but the thing is, injuries that I sustained were mostly internal. Most of the bones in my left leg were very badly broken and fractured, and it was basically like a jigsaw by the time I got to hospital, and my front left foot had been dislocated from back to front. But the most serious injuries were to my face. I lost most of my front teeth. All the bones in my face were completely impacted and had to be pushed back from the outside, so the pain I was in was quite...
In what had become one of the darkest days in almost 20 years of the Troubles, the Enniskillen bomb had claimed the lives of 11 people.